Well, this is the problem, that you've got two problems in the Eurozone. One, the first problem began when you surrendered your own currencies. That's problem number one. So then you rely on bond markets. The bond markets are going to take into account what they believe is the risk of them getting their money back. And as I said, the bond markets will consider Spain to be much more risky than Australia, because there's zero risk in Australia. They know they'll get their money back. You know, Donald Trump said on TV a couple of days ago, he said, let me tell you something, this is America. We never default on our debt because we print our own currency. The Spanish government can never say that. And so the problem, that's the first problem. And then the second problem, that even within the limits of the ability to borrow from bond markets, Brussels has got fiscal rules in place. And so it may be that if you have and we saw it in 2009, that if you have a sufficiently deep downturn in private spending, then the fiscal deficit will rise on its own accord because tax revenue collapses and it breaches those limits, the 3% limit. Then the Spanish government's got no flexibility at all. And it may be that the flexibility that you've got within that 3% range might be sufficient in most circumstances. But if you have a deep recession, the evidence from 2009, 2010 is that 3% isn't sufficient. It's too narrow a band, not enough flexibility. Most Eurozone countries should have run deficits much higher than that, which they did, and they should have left them there for a long time. So the answer to your question is that a Eurozone country is really tightly constrained by these rules and the lack of currency, and can't respond to a deep crisis without the support of the European Central Bank, which is largely banned by the Treaty of Lisbon to responding in an appropriate way.